happens, a fighter just shuts up shop and tries to kill the clock, it's because they've been hurt and they know that the power from their opponent, in this case Levente OLAH, is real. A European schoolboy bronze medalist, he's unbeaten this year and has had a lot of stoppages outside this competition as well. He bobs and weaves, generates power from the corner, and as I say, he must have a dig on him.
You know you're confident when you give a nod to the IVA officials desk as you make your way to the room.
He's strong looking, isn't he? But he's up against Ivan Chindykov of Russia, who is a very good fighter, beat Saba Arameshvili of Georgia on a split, and then Konstantin Kostov on another split, 3-2, in a very close semi-final. It was an interesting fight. He's got a good right hand, bit of damage to that right eye there, you can see, but he gassed in that last round against Kostov after a good second round, which was a little bit of a concern. So I think this could be interesting. Should be a good fight. It's the final at featherweight. That is the blue corner, Russia, Ivan Chindykov, and across the ring in the red corner, as I said, we've got a form fighter in Levente OLAH of Hungary. Just prowling in his corner, OLAH across the ring there. He's ready to go. Final checks from the Russians, who once again will hand over that pennant. Didn't see them do that in the female fights this afternoon, but something they've decided to do
Is it
tonight.
the same one every single time?
Slight height advantage there you can see for Chindykov. So here we go, featherweight final, 3 2-minute rounds. Chindykov, Russia in the blue, OLAH, Hungary in the red. And you just look at him dip low at the waist there, try and bob and weave, move that head OLAH, then climbs into a lead left hook, and this is what he does. He will use that upper body movement to get into range and then launch himself, lead left hand there. He's been caught a couple of times himself though by Chindykov early on, but he's got that kind of more pro style, you would say, OLAH, and he looks to punch hard and do some damage. Misses with a lead left hand there though. Chindykov, an experienced campaigner. If he can make OLAH miss with these single shots, that takes a lot out of a fighter. You ask any of them, they'll tell you that missing saps your energy like almost nothing else, and he hurls himself across the ring there again. OLAH looking for that big expansive lead left hook, and Chindykov tripped over his own feet there, really looking to get away from it. Strong right hand there from OLAH, and then just sets his feet and tears into the body. Be good to see Chindykov use that jab. He does vary the height when he comes in, OLAH, as we said, and maybe just jab down. Good right uppercut there from Chindykov. He timed OLAH perfectly as he came in, just brought him onto that uppercut, then does look to try and use the jab. Chindykov, as the seconds tick by here, just looks like he's coming up with a kind of plan to try and thwart this attacking approach of OLAH, and again he looks for the uppercut. Back to the ropes there, Chindykov fired off a couple of punches into the closing stages. OLAH has very much been the aggressor here, and he has made contact with some meaty looking punches, but Chindykov has had success of his own at times. OLAH with a left to the body, then just pulled the weight onto the back foot and avoided that right uppercut. He's registered that as being something which could cause him problems. As the bell goes, I would probably expect that to go to the red corner. He was on the front foot more of the two, but interesting exchanges in the opening round.
Yeah, there was the uppercut that you mentioned, and then there was the uppercut that missed, but had a left quickly coming round the corner with it as well. As we have a look at the scores here, and it's a 10-8 from the Belarusian judge, and then 10-9s elsewhere across the board to OLAH in the red corner. And that 10-8 seems a little harsh. 10-9s would be far fairer across the board for the Hungarian fighter, who, as you say, was far more... I mean, the opening exchange where he came out with that left hand and really just rocked his opponent straight from the get-go. And the power that he's quite clearly got as he gets low and winds up into shots is just awesome to watch when you're this close to it as well, and you can hear and feel every shot.
It was an OLAH round. It was an OLAH round, no argument with that. It was never a 10-8. Belgian judge returning a 10-8 there, but so it's in the books and it's gone in favour of OLAH. But Chindykov was coming up with some answers towards the second half of the round there. That was the point that I was making. He did have some success. He found that uppercut. He doesn't look panicked. He doesn't look intimidated. And a lot of OLAH's opponents have been in that mould in recent weeks during the course of this tournament too. But there's a good left hand from him again there. He just twists to the left, uses that core strength and uncorks it. Tries to throw left hand there, Chindykov, and OLAH just able to take his feet back. It'd be good to see him throw a few more straight shots, Chindykov. I was asking for the jab in the first round, and you would have to aim it around about the chest, kind of throat area, because if you throw it there, then you've got a much better chance of making contact with it. A little bit of a nick under the left eye there of Levente OLAH. Doesn't look to be anything too serious, just waves that right hand and throws the left. But you see him just constantly stalking across the ring. He's always walking his man down, and that imprints on the memory for the judges at ringside that you've got someone here in Levente OLAH who is looking to get to his opponent and do damage. He doesn't just want to win, he wants to win by stoppage. That's what he's looking for.
Chindykov, though, is finding punches more in this second round as well. OLAH's gone to the body a few times as well with that right hand. He did it a couple of times in the first round, and again, especially when they've got close at times, he's just put a little dig with the right hand down in towards the body of Chindykov.
Timeout called by the referee. I think the doctor's going to have a look at that slight wound underneath the eye over in the other corner. And that's Chindykov, who's doing a decent enough job in there at the minute, but he's losing the fight. He's going to have to start taking some risks, I think. We're all towards the tail end of round two, and I think OLAH's going to get this one. Chindykov looking to finish the round quick there, let his hands go, took a bit of a step back and then threw the right hand. The referee getting involved, I'm not exactly sure why. Closing stages of round two, and it was a little bit scrappy in stages, but it goes again across the board to Levente OLAH. So he's 2 rounds up with all of the judges there. 2-point margin with 4 of them, 3-point margin with the other one. So he's got this in the bag, and he is, well, to describe him as a handful would be an understatement, because he's up against a Russian #1 here in Ivan Chindykov, and I wouldn't say that he's bullied him. That would be unkind to Chindykov, but Chindykov has really only been able to kind of stay in the fight. He's never really looked like he's capable of winning, and you do not say that about the Russian very often.
I mean, you can sense in some ways some of the desperation, because Chindykov at times has really, I mean, it's a cliche phrase, but thrown for the fences at times. Like, he's swinging wildly towards the head of OLAH at points. But it's so odd to see OLAH just kind of like a bull to a red flag, just racing forward and being so aggressive, and that's such a good left he's landed there as well.
He just wants to land big shots, and you look at that upper body movement. It's still going now in this third round, and you might look at it and think, well, these are 2-minute rounds, so it should. A gum shield has come out there, so the referee will stop. But the way he fights, this is physically very demanding. That lateral movement, turning at the waist, dipping at the knees, taking that head down, dropping your height. It makes you difficult to hit as you come in, and it gives you that kind of explosivity. I think anybody who gets in with him will discover that he hits harder than they probably think he will. Looking for a massive right uppercut there, Chindykov, and the referee saying that he maybe hadn't given the instruction to start boxing. It looked like he had to me. Down goes Levente OLAH, and he said that his feet came together. He tripped over his own feet. But you look at that damage beneath the left eye there. There's a bit of swelling as well as the cut, and Chindykov has had success. And in this third and final round, he is going for it because he knows he's behind. He knows that maybe in the first 2, particularly in that second, I think he was just boxing a little bit safety first. That's a very easy thing to say from here because OLAH is genuinely dangerous, but Chindykov credit to him, has thrown caution to the wind in this final round and is just letting his hands go. OLAH hits him as he was on his way down there. He hadn't touched down, he wasn't actually down, so that was absolutely fair. And they come together again, and both of them end up on the canvas. And the referee's taking a point away there from Chindykov for wrestling OLAH down to the ground. I think that's a little bit harsh. I think they were both kind of at it there, if I'm honest. And again, he just looks to climb into that big left hook. But Chindykov that time isn't having it, looks to try and push him back into the ropes and impose a bit of physicality on OLAH. Closing stages. And it's been a good watch, this. It's been a decent fight. Pretty tight opening round that went OLAH's way. A fairly clear second round that went his way. This third round, Chindykov has put everything into it, but it's going to be too late for him. Congratulations there from the Hungarian corner. He's going to pick up a gold medal and continue what has been an extraordinary run, because he's unbeaten in 2021 and we are more than halfway through the year now.
And not only that, but the Russian dominance is broken this evening finally, as OLAH is able to just batter his way through. And I mean, that's such an enjoyable fight to watch from such a almost carnal place of just two people going hell for leather, trying to win physically rather than tactically. It was a really enjoyable fight to watch. And there is only one winner.
And he gets that final round 10-9 across the board, and there was the point deduction in there as well, so it's finished 3-0, 30 points to 26 for 4 out of the 5 judges. 30 points to 25 for the top judge, because there was a 10-8 in the first round there from the Belgian judge, as well as the point deduction. He was favourite going into this bout, and as I said, you're not often on the right side of the odds when you're up against a Russian in a junior tournament, but he's absolutely flying at the minute, Levente OLAH. I was tipped off about him before the start of the competition, and to win by stoppage twice, then by DQ, which was essentially a stoppage really, because he caused the opponent to foul out basically, and then in the final there he's beaten a good fighter in Ivan Chindykov. So congrats to Levente OLAH. That's a gold medal for him.
Gold medal for him and a gold medal for Hungary, their first of the evening.